Welcome back to the channel. In today's review, I'm going to be comparing the 2023 Kia Sportage SX Prestige with front-wheel drive against the 2023 Nissan Rogue Platinum with front-wheel drive. Both vehicles come standard with front-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive is available. Me personally speaking, I would recommend getting that if you guys stay in a cold weather state. Special thanks to Dade Kia for giving me time with the Sportage. If you guys are on the market for a Kia, be sure to check out Dade Kia and ask for Cello, and he will get you into your next vehicle. This Sportage here comes in equipped at $35,750. Contrast, special thanks to HGreg Nissan. If you guys are on the market for a Nissan, be sure to ask for Gaby, and she will get you into your next vehicle. This one has a as-tested price of $41,055. Let's talk about the exterior styling here for both the Nissan Rogue and Kia Sportage. But let's start off with the Sportage. This is all new for 2023. As you guys can see, look at that wide grille here, which has this gloss black finish. This also wears a new Kia logo there with some silver painted trim here in the front fascia, also with some gloss black trim. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be a full LED projector headlight with this boomerang, which is a daytime running light, LED turn signal with these full LED headlights there. There's parking sensors, and you also get full LED fog lights here at the lower part of the fascia with more silver painted trim. I like the front lip splitter here, and this is for the driver's assistance tech for the radar cruise and so forth. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the Kia Sportage. But looking at the side profile, this has a 108.5 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 183.5. Kia did make this vehicle bigger for 2023. Looking at these wheels, I actually like the wheels on this particular SX Prestige model here. These are wrapped in a 235/55 Michelin tire. These are a 19-inch rim design with a gloss black and chrome finish here. I like the wheel arches here. They're going to be a gloss black finish, more silver and gloss black trim here at the rocker panels. This LED sight marker, and this also has these nice flush mount roof rails with this large panoramic sunroof here. Making our way towards the rear of the vehicle, looking at these tail lights here, they're going to be a full LED design, which is a turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. It says Sportage here with the Kia badge there. And looking down here, there's rear parking sensors with this aluminum like skid plate here. The reverse light is going to be down here. I like the nice large bumper here. The backup camera is right there. Open up the cargo bag here. This has a very low area here to put items into the cargo area. This has 36.6 cubic feet of space, and there's a 12 volt here, and there's this LED light back here. And so you guys let down the seat by putting this handle here. The seat will fold flat once you lock it into place. That expands the cargo to 74.1 cubic feet of space. So plenty of space in this hot ever-growing segment, and there's also a spare tire underneath here. But let's make our way over to the Rogue here. We're going to talk about the exterior styling for the Nissan Rogue. Looking at the styling here, very rugged looking. I like the Rogue a little bit better than the actual Kia here. Looking at these headlights here, they're gonna be a full LED turn signal, automatic low and high beam, daytime running light. This area right here is functional to push air around the vehicle. That's from parking sensors. And my particular model here does not have fog lights. It might be a dealer accessory that you guys have to add. There's front parking sensors with this chrome like skid plate here. This also wears the new Nissan badge right there. I love the V-Motion grille with the chrome here. You guys can also get a blacked out package on the Rogue, which is called the Midnight Edition package. Basically, it will black out all the chrome. But looking at the side profile here of the Nissan Rogue, this has a 106.5 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 183 inches. So it's just a shy bit smaller compared to the Sportage over there, like I mentioned from the specs. Looking at these tires and wheels, I actually like this wheel design here with the alloy and gray like finish here. These are also a 235/50 tire. They're wrapped in this 19-inch rim design. So really nice wheels here on the Rogue and on the actual Sportage. This has some black painted cladding here. There's some chrome trim here at the lower part of the rocker panel with more cladding. That's this LED sight marker. This also has a 360-degree camera. There's a camera right here. More chrome around the actual belt line with these nicely integrated roof rails with this large panoramic sunroof. But making our way towards the rear of the Rogue, looking at these taillights here, they're going to be an LED combination, which is a LED brake light, incandescent reverse light, and turn signal. It says Platinum here with the new Nissan logo with the Rogue badge. Shout out to HGreg. And there's some chrome here for the actual plates to protect the bumper, and down here for the rear diffuser. And there's no visible exhaust trim. It's tucked underneath there. This also has a power opening tailgate. Once it opens up, it reveals the same amount of cargo space at 36.6 cubic feet of space. And to fold down the seats, just pull this lever here, and the seat will fold flat to expand to 74.1 cubic feet of space. So both vehicles have the same amount of cargo space. You can also use Nissan's clever divide and height feature, so you guys can adjust the actual load floor here. But overall, let's hop into the Kia Sportage. Sitting in the interior of the Kia Sportage, you're looking at the current key fob. This has this detonator style key, which they first introduced on the Kia Stinger, which has remote start, the new Kia logo. There's a lock, unlock, a trunk release, a panic button. The key does feel nice to hold in my hands. You're greeted by these 12.3-inch displays here on the Sportage, but reaching over to shut the door. And to start up the vehicle, the push button start is right here. Once you do that, you guys can see the screens will come to life. Really nice displays here. And let's talk about the materials very quickly here. This has a very nice soft touch material with this carbon fiber like trim, 2-person memory seats with these nicely unique looking door handles here. There's your window controls here, which feel high quality. It is automatic up and down for the driver and passenger. There's your lock control, mirror adjustment controls here. A lot of gloss black trim throughout this vehicle. There's your illumination switch, traction control, trunk release, electronic parking brake with this manual tilt and telescoping wheel. I'm surprised that Kia didn't go with a power adjustment wheel, especially for this being the highest trim level in their in the Sportage family. There's your air vents here, hazard button. As you guys can see, I do have the Apple CarPlay connected there. Sadly, it's going to be used with the USB-A port. There's a Type-C port in there with a 12-volt. Putting the vehicle into reverse, it does reveal a top-down 360 view. There's trajectory with distance markers. This also has a rear cross traffic alert, and a cool graphic and party trick here is that you guys can actually scan around the vehicle, and I like that. It's the actual model that I have here today, which is the SX Prestige. Kicking down here to drive, over to the left, sport mode in the actual transmission. Putting the vehicle into park. Over here, there's going to be 3-level heated and cooled seats with the heated steering wheel function. Like I mentioned, a lot of gloss black trim throughout this vehicle, and just like on the EV6, you guys can adjust from your actual radio presets, or you guys can adjust with the climate. This does have dual climate control. I like this nice panel here. It's very easy to use, but I notice when I'm driving, I'm trying to adjust the temperature. I might have it on the maps here and I get confused, but the screen response here is going to be super responsive. Going into the Kia interface, it's their same interface here. There's a quiet mode, valet mode. There's also embedded navigation here, which is, you guys can make it a split screen, or you can take up the whole display, which is a 12.3-inch display like I mentioned. It does not support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Only if you go for the lower screens that will support that. And this is one of the fastest cup holders in the industry. You guys press that button there, as you guys can see, it's super fast, and they do retract once you go like that. You have to do it manually, but when you press this button here, the cup holders do pop out. There's your parking sensor button here. You can access the camera, automatic start stop, auto hold, hill descent control. It's your drive mode selector, which this vehicle has 3 different drive modes, which is normal, sport, and smart. The gauges will change. As you guys can see, it's in sport. It does have the nice red gauges there. Looking at the controls on the steering wheel here, it's going to be for the adaptive cruise. There's a new Kia logo here, 3-spoke wheel design. The rim does have a very thick feel to it. Over here, it's going to be for your controls for the volume and so forth. The turn signal stocks and stuff feel very typical Kia, and as you guys see, if you signal left or right, it does have that blind view camera there. So the tech in this vehicle is very rich, very low dash. The seats in here, they're very supportive and comfortable. I like the nice headrest, looks futuristic. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here, which lets in tons of light and air. Once you open it up, there's also full LED lights throughout the cabin. They're going to be touch sensitive, or you can press the physical button. And this is how you open the sunroof via this control there. That unique looking style from the door handles is continued onto the dash with this airplane wing here, or it looks like it, which is really nice. So Kia throws a lot of different designs and so forth in their vehicles. A lot of storage here. This armrest is going to be nicely padded. Opened up, it does reveal a good amount of storage in there. I could put my wallet and stuff in there if I was looking to, you know, have good storage and whatnot. The glove box does offer a good amount of space. But overall, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the Sportage interior, but we're going to hop into the Nissan Rogue. After just hopping out of the Kia Sportage, as you guys see with those 12.3-inch displays, you also have this 12.3-inch instrument cluster with this 9-inch display, which supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Sadly, you have to go for a lower trim level if you guys want wireless CarPlay or Android Auto. If you're looking at the Sportage family. But looking at the key fob here for the Rogue, is Nissan's newest key. It has a Nissan logo, the remote start, lock, unlock, a panic button, also the trunk release. The key does feel nice to hold in my hands, but this cabin is really nice. It also has a Bose sound system, which the Sportage has the Harman Kardon sound system. But shutting the door here and starting up the vehicle, the push button start is going to be right there. That turbo engine will come to life, and you're greeted by really nice graphics here from the Rogue as well. But looking at the materials here on the door panel, I like the nice two-tone here with the nice soft touch material. Even on the door panel, is going to be nicely padded with stitching with this aluminum accented door handle here. 2-person memory seats, just like on the Sportage. There's your lock, unlock, and your mirror controls. It is automatic up and down, only for the driver, not for the rest of the windows. Large storage and cup holder space here. There's your active lane keeping assist, your illumination switch, trunk release, and this is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. I'm surprised Nissan didn't offer a power operating wheel, just like on the Sportage. There's your paddles here for that CVT transmission. The switchgear feels typical Nissan, which feels really nice. There's your one-wiper stock over there. The new Nissan logo. Over here is for your driver's assistance tech, volume and voice controls. The materials on the dash can be a nice soft touch material, just like on the door panel, with this nice heads-up display, which shows you really nice information. This does have dual climate control. Sadly, there's no cool seats in this vehicle. My apologies. There's only 3-level heated seats. You guys cannot get cool seats at any price point on the Rogue. Maybe for the next generation, Nissan might reconsider. There's a heated steering wheel function. 2 USB ports are there, 12-volt. My iPhone 14 Pro Max fits just fine on the wireless phone charger. And this is how you guys know that it's charging, via that indicator down there. Putting the vehicle into reverse, just push on this trigger here and push up on it. It does reveal a top-down 360 view. There is trajectory with distance markers. Really good graphics here on the Rogue's camera. Kicking it down here, you can click it again to go into manual, and to go into park, just push that P button. Push that P button there. There's 2 cup holders. I like this nice high gloss trim there. There's electronic parking brake, auto hold. It's your drive mode selector, which shows you sport, standard, and eco. There, open this up as a double hinge center console. It does reveal some good storage. It's going to be nicely padded, nice leather here. Some storage here if you guys want to put your purse or a small computer down there and so forth. The materials are continued, very soft touch, nice stitching. Above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here, which lets in tons of light and air once you open it up. The interior light is going to be an incandescent. And there's a sunglass holder here. You can also open up the sunroof via these controls right there. The seats, one of the best seats in the segment. I sat in the CR-V, I sat in the Toyota RAV4 and the other competitors, but Nissan has one of the best seats in the business. Really good, high quality. I like the nice leather here that they use, or faux like leather. That's just fake wood trim here, but it does look real until you start to touch it. But that's just a small nitpick for me, but I still think that it is really nice. Open up the glove compartment. It also offers really good storage, just like on the Sportage. But overall, let's hop into the Sportage back seat. After just getting out of the interior of the Nissan Rogue, look at the Kia's door here. It does open at a somewhat of a good angle, especially trying to put your children back here. But let's talk about the material. It's going to be a decent material. That same carbon fiber like trim with this unique looking door handle. Gloss black trim is there. It's going to be nicely padded with some black stitching. This also has the Harman Kardon sound system. This cup holder in the actual door pocket. This is how you guys can let down the seat and recline. The materials feel really nice, high quality back here. But getting into this vehicle here, as you guys can see, I do have plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat. There's 2 mat pockets back here. This hook here if you guys wanted to hang your USB port and so forth. And Kia puts the actual charging ports in the actual seat backs. There's rear air vents here with some storage. But shutting the door here, Kia says this has 41.4 inches of legroom. Like I mentioned, they did make this vehicle bigger for this new generation because the previous generation did have a smaller interior. And like I mentioned, above there's going to be this large panoramic sunroof here. That's this grab handle, also with LED lights throughout the cabin. Putting this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders and a nice area to rest your elbows. And like I mentioned, you can recline the seat and fold them flat. But overall, the interior of the Kia Sportage is very spacious. After getting out of the Kia's back seat, let's look at the Rogue's back seat to see how it compares to the Kia. Now guys, look at this door here. This door opens at a really good angle, especially trying to put your children back here. You can basically run to the other side if you would like. There's these manual sunshades, which the Sportage does not offer, especially in this top trim. And there's going to be this nice padded area here with some aluminum accented trim for the door handles. It's going to be nicely padded here, nice stitching with this high gloss trim here. The switchgear feels high quality. More stitching, more padding material here, which feels really high quality. Large storage here, and this also has a Bose audio sound system, which sounds pretty good. But getting into this vehicle here, it does have a really good step in height, and Nissan says this has 38.5 inches of legroom space, so plenty of legroom space. It's not the top in the actual segment, but it does offer a real world space. There is 2 mat pockets back here with rear air vents, your own set of climate control, which the Sportage does not offer. There's 3 level heated seats back here with 2 USB charging ports. The seats feel very high quality and very plush and very supportive, and you can also recline the seats and so forth. Above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here, but let me shut the door really quick. And the interior lighting is going to be an incandescent, also with this grab handle here. Putting this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders and a nice area to rest your elbows. But overall, the back seat of the Nissan Rogue does not feel cramped. Let's talk about the powertrain specs for both vehicles, but let's start off with the Sportage here. This has Kia's 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, which has GDI, which stands for gasoline direct injection. This powertrain makes 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. As the Sportage sits here with front-wheel drive, it weighs in at 3,300 pounds. Kia says this vehicle can tow 2,500 pounds. This is rated to get 25 in the city, 32 on the highway, and 28 combined. You guys can happily buy a plug-in variant or even a hybrid model if you guys are looking to get better fuel economy. Now let's make our way over here to the Nissan Rogue here, which has best-in-class fuel economy for this to be a non-hybrid. This is the company's 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. It's not a 4-cylinder. Nissan chopped off 1 cylinder. This powertrain makes 201 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an updated Xtronic CVT. As the Rogue sits here with front-wheel drive, this vehicle weighs in at 3,400 pounds. Both vehicles can be mated with all-wheel drive, but keep in mind it will be an additional option. And Nissan says this vehicle can tow around 1,300 pounds. Fuel economy is rated at 29 in the city, 36 on the highway, and 32 combined. So it does have best-in-class fuel economy for this to be a non-hybrid. So starting off the driving scene here, I'm going to start off with the Nissan Rogue first. This has the company's 1.5 liter turbocharged 3 cylinders. They did lop off 1 cylinder compared to 2021, which that company had, which that model year had that lethargic 4-cylinder engine. But this is the turbocharged option, which feels a little bit more peppy. This makes 201 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with an updated Xtronic CVT. This has best-in-class fuel economy for this not to be a hybrid. It's ready to get 29 in the city, 36 on the highway, and 32 combined. So once again, it has best-in-class fuel economy for it to be a non-hybrid vehicle. Visibility-wise, great sight lines, very low dash. There's this bright heads-up display. I like the nice tech in this vehicle with this 12.3 instrument cluster, which shows you a good graphic of the Rogue, wireless CarPlay, which the Kia does not have. This also has the Bose audio sound system. The seats, one of the best seats, like I mentioned in the segment. Nice diamond quilted stitching, very supportive. There are only 3-level heated seats. You can't get cool seats at any price point, so that's going to be a point for the Kia there. But driving dynamics, this vehicle drives really smooth even on these 19-inch wheels. I like the nice exterior styling. It looks very rugged-like. Personally speaking, the Rogue does have a really good design. The interior is very well laid out with these nice screens, and it doesn't have the nice 12.3-inch display, but still the 9-inch is good, and it does offer more tech compared to the Sportage, which has a wireless CarPlay. If you're not looking at a lower trim level. Above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here. Great driver assistance tech with blind spot monitoring, road cross traffic alert, also emergency braking, blind spot monitoring. Really good driver's assistance tech from Nissan. But the Nissan Rogue is good. The Xtronic CVT, it gets in the meat of its power band. It does have a nice sound. The VC Turbo is a really good powertrain. But overall, I think the Rogue is a really good driving vehicle, especially in this competitive segment. So after getting out of the Nissan Rogue, that vehicle had a really good ride quality also. But let's talk about the Kia's powertrain. This has the company's 2.5 liter naturally aspirated powertrain, which has GDI, which stands for gasoline direct injection. This makes 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. Unlike the Rogue, it doesn't have a CVT. It has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is rated at 25 in the city, 32 on the highway, and 28 combined. This also has CarPlay, but it does not run it wireless. You have to go for a lower trim level if you guys want to get the wireless CarPlay, which me personally speaking, I want all the tech features, so I'm not going to go to a lower trim level in order to get that. But looking at the visibility, great visibility, very thin pillar here. This also has the Harman Kardon sound system with this low dash. This also has a blind view camera, so if you signal left and right, you can see what's in your blind spot with blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, emergency braking with rear cross traffic alert. And this vehicle does have a really good smooth ride quality. It can tow up to 2,500 pounds, so it does offer some really good towing numbers, especially in this competitive segment. But this vehicle drives really well. Silky smooth powertrain. The 8-speed knows what right gear to be in, and so forth. But me personally speaking, I don't know. I'm not sure which one I would pick. I'm not sure if I would pick the Rogue or if I would pick the Sportage. So let me know in the comment section which one you guys would pick. Would you guys pick the 23 Nissan Rogue Platinum or the 2023 Kia Sportage SX Prestige? Like I mentioned, also both vehicles can be mated with all-wheel drive, but keep in mind that will be an additional option. After spending time with the Kia Sportage and the Nissan Rogue, let me know in the comment section which one you guys will put in your driveway. Both vehicles offer great fuel economy, great tech, great ride dynamics, and so forth. But once again, if you guys had the right amount of money and you don't want to spend too much, which competitor would you guys pick, the Kia or the Nissan? Let me know in the comment section down below.